You are looking inside. You are looking live inside Hastings Stadium here in Guelph. This is Royals TV. Mark Perry alongside Zach Benoit. A little bit short-staffed. I'm doing the directing duties here tonight, as well as Rachel Guthrie on the mic. She's singing the anthem. We'll be back in just a second. Excellent rendition of the anthem from Rachel Guthrie. We are live inside Hastings Stadium here on a Saturday night. The Welland Jackfish are in town. It is a battle, Zach, between second place and fifth place here in the Canadian Baseball League. As the Welland Jackfish again coming into tonight with a 25-12 record. There you see it on the screen, the standings at this stage. Coming off a loss in London last night. After tonight, just 10 games left as those two teams battle for top spot in the CBL standings. And for the Guelph Royals, they got to figure out a way to get out of fifth place, because I know if you're them, they want to avoid that one-game playoff.
Royals come into this one where they have been playing so many good opponents that are above that playoff line. And here in this one, they're going against another team that has been super dominant all season long in the Welland Jackfish. 25-12 on the year, 8-2 in their last 10. The Jackfish have been really, really solid.
For the Guelph Royals, they're coming off a loss, a walk-off loss in Kitchener on Thursday night. It was a battle where Guelph had the lead going into the ninth inning. Kevin Escorcia coming in to close, wasn't able to record an out. A very rare appearance for him where he wasn't able to get off the field clean. Bases were loaded. Kitchener scores two, including a last play where they had to bring in Garrett Takamatsu to be a fifth infielder to try to cut a guy down at home plate. Not able to do so. Guelph, a missed opportunity, quite frankly, for them, where they could have leapfrogged the Barrie Baycats for fourth place in the CBL, but now here tonight going against a very tough Welland Jackfish team as we take a look at the matchup between these two teams. And again, it's the final matchup between these two on the regular season. Guelph yet to get a victory over the Jackfish.
Yeah, like I mentioned, this is the one team that they haven't been able to best so far this year, but again, they are currently working try to get that. They're sending out young starter left-hander Liam Watt to try and do so. The Guelph Royals, I mean, they finished a stretch where, yes, they've played the Brantford Red Sox, the Kitchener Panthers 4-5 games, but just before that, they were red hot, and they were winners against the London Majors and the Barrie Baycats in back-to-back games, looking to try to find some of that success they had against two of the top teams in the league. Now against Welland, the team they've yet to best, looking to try to get that monkey off their back here in this.
Let's take a look quickly at the starting lineup for the Guelph Royals. And again, it's a bit of a different looking lineup for them than we have seen in previous games. Notably, Ryan DeSantos moves into the DH spot, but he moves right back up into the starting spot at the number one. He's been kind of in the bottom half, the bottom echelon, if you will, of the Guelph Royals lineup as of late.
Yeah, he's bounced around really from leadoff to middle of the order to number 9. And again, it's not necessarily just because of the player that he is. He can really be slotted in anywhere. He's proven that he is a talented bat here in the league. But back in that leadoff spot, like you mentioned, he's been getting hot. He's been seeing the ball very well. Now he just has to get on base for some of these bigger bats that have been driving him in all year long.
Daike Abe will start things off here for the Royals here tonight. We'll get a look at their lineup in just a moment. As Watt will deliver the first pitch right on over. Over to first in time. One pitch, one out. And we are underway here at Hastings Stadium.
Again, this is a Welland Jackfish lineup that is just top to bottom filled with talent. Jonah Weisner, one of those guys, leads the league in plate appearances with 189. He's also up there in RBIs, up there in hits, up there in doubles. I mean, this is a guy who just gets on base.
Behind him, it'll be Robert Mullen, James Smybert, Justin Gideon, Grayson Barrett, Brendan Luther, Gio Morello, and Logan Grant. That is 1 through 9, as there is a delivery for strike one here on Jonah Weisner. Got a piece of that one, but right into the glove for strike two.
Weisner comes into this one batting .372. The OPS just sitting under 1,000 at .935.
That's going to miss at the knees. Now, Weisner led the league in hits last season. And has, again, just been a consistent member of this team. There's a swing and a miss for strike three. Liam Watt gets him going for the second out.
Yeah, real tidy work early on here by Watt. He retired two batters that have been really phenomenal for the entirety of the season. Now here, obviously, it doesn't get any easier with Robert Mullen, another guy who is having another terrific year.
Quickly, let's take a look at the defense for the Guelph Royals. Ashton Patterson, J.D. Williams, Andy Leader from left to right in the outfield. Kyle Cush takes the spot over at third base tonight with the usual rest of the infield going Gilbert, Geraldo, and Mascai. And Matthew Ward is in behind home plate as that one misses way outside for ball one here on Robert Mullen, who is the DH tonight.
Again, Mullen, the average isn't eye-popping like the rest of the team. But, I mean, he still does the job every time he comes to the plate.
Skies that one into foul ground and not able to get to it.
Yeah, just down there's a little white chalk line and just signals. No, that's out of play completely. Yeah. So you kind of see there, Kyle Cush, he was on pursuit and realized that line gets a little close here as he's running down.
Yeah, they that's where communication comes into effect there, where if you're crossing over the line, you got to make sure even the fans are all right as you're trying to track down the baseball. Your eyes are kind of in the in the stratosphere, if you will, trying to track down a baseball as there's a strike on Mullen. Your eyes are in the stratosphere and you just don't want to run into fans. You don't have that kind of, I guess, obstacle at other parts in the CBL, as that one is going to miss.
Yeah, again, we see in other ballparks they have the fences or they have the seating areas. Here it's a lot of just open field, but obviously something that the Guelph players have been grown accustomed to.
That one's going to miss outside for ball three. Again, apologies for the delay on the score bug. We do have somebody that is operating it tonight. The 3-2 is going to miss on the outside for ball four, and Robert Mullen's going to take a base. Scorekeeping remotely. So it is a 20-second delay, so that's why there is a slight delay in some of the numbers popping up. They're watching just like you are watching here tonight. As here is James Smybert with a runner on first. That one paints the inside edge for a strike.
This is what we need to see Liam Watt continue to do. We saw in the first two batters, he really attacked Abe and Weisner, but then he kind of tried to dance around Mullen.
Smybert will send that one foul. And Smybert rejoining this team last season, wanting to win a championship, did so. Was in the Frontier League for a little while. Smybert sends that one deep into center field, and on the ground it goes. J.D. Williams can't make the grab, and over to third goes Robbie Mullen.
That was a tough play for JD. He laid out for it. Again, the kind of awkward timing of the day where the sun and the shadows start playing effect, and that's kind of looks like what happened there. He started tracking that ball out in the sun. He went over into those shadows, and it's just a tough play to make.
So here is Justin Gideon, the right fielder. Welland already threatening here in the first. Watt delivers a strike right at the knees. That one misses on the outside. That one misses at the knees.
So that'll go down as a hit there for James Smybert.
And gets the single. The 2-1, skied high. Tracking it is JD deep into center field, and he'll make the catch. And that'll do it. To the bottom of the first we go. The Welland Jackfish threatened, but can't cash anybody in. We are scoreless here in Guelph. Welcome back to Royals TV. Mark Perry alongside Zach Benoit. Bottom of the first, it will be Ryan DeSantos, Anthony Gilbert, and Miguel Geraldo due up here for the Royals, taking on the Welland Jackfish here tonight. Abdiel Saldana, first pitch of the night for him is right at the knees for strike one. Sixth appearance for Saldana on the year as that one misses on the outside.
Yeah, the last two appearances for Saldana didn't really go the way he would have liked. He had, 3 really solid outings to make his debut here in the league, and then The last one against London kind of gotten away from him, and the one before that against Hamilton, he allowed 4 earned runs through 5 innings against London, and allowed 5 earned runs through 5 against Hamilton. Before that, it was back-to-back scoreless outings of pitching 7 innings against the Barrie Bay Cats and the Chatham Barnstormers.
That one's fouled back. And that 254 average here for Ryan DeSantos coming into tonight's. That one's in for strike 3. It paints the inside edge, and DeSantos goes down. There's one away. By the way, the umpires for tonight's game, David Phillips is calling the balls and strikes in behind home plates. I can tell you it is not July 29th. David Phillips in behind home plate. Francesco DiBiase is over at first, and Taka Matsuda is over at third. He is the crew chief tonight, as that one is sent foul.
Anthony Gilbert changing the walk-up song. I only remember it because in one of the social media videos at the start of the year, he said he had Desperado by Rihanna. He said he's been using it for about 8-9 years. And now he's coming up to Nirvana.
Not a bad choice. Maybe he went to the Foo Fighters concert earlier on this week in Toronto. Saw some Dave and maybe got inspired. The 1-1. Right on over to second base. Wisner will throw it over to first and in time. So there's 2 away here for Miguel Geraldo. As here is Miguel Geraldo. That's in there for strike 1. Mickey coming into today a 322 average. To Brendan Luther. Over to first and in time. Great stretch there from Grayson Barrett to pick it up. We are through 1 here at Hastings Stadium in Guelph. No score.
Let me into my zone. Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Yeah. Can't answer my phone now. Just leave it there. That tone. Ballin' can't beat me up 'cause I'm back in my zone now. 'Cause I'm back in my zone now.
Welcome back to Hastings Stadium. To the second we go. Grayson Barrett will lead things off for the Welland Jackfish. It'll be Barrett, Luther, and Gio Morello. First pitch down the line, foul.
Very left-handed, heavy-hitting lineup here for the side of the for the side of the Welland Jackfish, and that's kind of why Liam Watt is being utilized here today. You kind of question, could have this been Elvin Liriano? Yes, it could have, but Liam Watt, another one of those guys that they want him to work. He's a trusted arm, and I mean his fastball, it's lively.
He has been excellent when called upon. And again, he's been making kind of these spot starts a little bit more here and there as the Royals kind of sort through their starting rotation, what it's going to look like as there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Liam Watt. And again, when he's been called upon to have starts, he's been excellent.
And the one thing I really love about how Liam Watt works on the mound is he always stays in a rhythm. You can kind of see when he's on the mound in his set position, he's always bouncing, he's moving, he's staying in that kind of rhythm and that progression. And then once he comes to his motion, it's all smooth. It's all in one go. And pitchers are creatures of habit. That's kind of one thing you'll learn if you watch baseball. Everyone has that one little thing they do, the little kind of movements, and that's exactly what Liam Watt does.
Drops in there for a strike just above the knees. Brendan Luther swings and got a piece of it there. You can tell that difference between lefties versus righties with Brendan Luther. That is a big separation, hitting .406 against righties, .256 against lefties. The delivery, another one set foul. Some fans had to go scramble there.
Yeah, you go into protect mode here if you're Luther. Like you mentioned, a guy who has a lot better numbers against the right-handed hitter or right-handed pitchers.
The 0-2. Right on over. Gilbert can't field it properly. And Brendan Luther will get to first base.
That'll go down most likely as an error on Anthony Gilbert. It's kind of just, again, that awkward hop right in the lip of the grass. Gilbert, he read it properly that it was going to come up, but again, it's one of those things where it's so awkward that you can't really tell 100% of the time if it's going to be the normal hop straight into the glove. That time, it kind of just took a bigger bounce and it caught Gilbert right up on the palm instead of in the pocket of the glove.
This will bring Gio Morello up for his first appearance of the Knights. This is upstairs. Well, Jackfish fans traveling well. They've brought out their lawn chairs en masse down the right field sideline.
And we can hear him in the stands right underneath us, too. Gio Morello comes up. They start the Gio chant. We heard earlier in the first inning the Jonah Weisner chant. This is a Jackfish team. Their fans travel in bunches.
One ball, one strike here on Gio. Throw over to first. Not in time.
If you are Liam Watt, you got to pay attention to the run game here. That is the forte of the Welland Jackfish. 127 stolen bases.
Another attempt over at first base as Brendan Luther stays on yet again. This time he had to dive in there.
7 players have double-digit stolen bases. And then there's Daike Abe, who's at 32.
That one misses way up and in. Well, it felt like Kitchener was going to start running away with it maybe in mid-June-ish. And then Welland, I don't know, maybe they saw the stat and said, hey, we want to be first in everything. Let's get back to what we were doing in the previous few years and stealing bags en masse. And that's exactly what they've done, as that one's going to be set foul.
Well, you look at the numbers, they're at 123. The next closest team is Kitchener at 78. This is a Welland Jackfish team that they just cause havoc to starting pitchers.
Well, if you remember, I believe it was a game in Kitchener. It was that 30-8 game in Kitchener. I think they stole 7 bases in 1 inning. The runner's going to go. Swing and a miss. Over to second. And, well, there it is. Add another one to the ledger as Brendan Luther gets on over to second base safely.
Well, they do get a big out number 2 in Gio Morello there to make it 2 outs in the inning with the strikeout. But that's number 124 on the season for the Welland Jackfish, number 11 for Brandon Luther.
And that'll bring up Logan Grant, who does not do well against lefties, statistically. That'll drop inside for ball 1. Just 158 the average for Logan Grant against lefties, albeit just 22 plate appearances. There's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, you mentioned that this Welland team wants to lead basically every single stat. I mean, they lead in runs scored, hits, doubles, triples, RBIs, walks. They also lead in hit by pitches.
The 1-1. It's going to miss inside. And as you mentioned, Daike Abe leads the pack. He leads the CBL with 32 stolen bases.
Said they lead in hit by pitch. They also lead in sack flies.
Ooh.
This is a team that does everything properly.
The Welland Jackfish, folks. If you're not first, you're last.
Team average is 325. Team on base percentage is 415. Team slugging, 500. They're in third place in that one.
Ooh, not for long. 3 balls, 1 strike here on Grant. That one's going to miss at the knees for ball 4. And Grant will trot on over to first base. Runners at first and second, and Daike Abe will come up.
Yeah, just a couple of off speeds that missed underneath the zone there by Liam Watt. Got to give credit to Logan Grant. Did not chase. Now it gets interesting here with Daike Abe coming up. Granted, it's a shortstop, his first at bat, but it was only a 1-pitch at bat that he had. He swung first pitch. But this is a guy, again, who is having a terrific first season here in the CBL.
Watt checks on the runner, and that'll drop in there for strike 1. Abe 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. The check, the 0-1. That one misses at the knees.
Mentioned he leads the league in stolen bases with 32. Also has a 385 batting average. He's getting on base at a clip of 475.
That'll get in there for a strike.
We normally see players have that high OPS due to the slugging. Not usually due to the OPS. Abe, a 475 OPS, a 480 slugging.
That one's going to miss downstairs. Evens the count at 2-2. Well, sometimes it just doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. He's gotten there quite a bit this year. Luther on second, Grant on first. A look over, and that's going to miss outside for ball 3.
We've seen here with Watt, it's been the off-speed he's been missing every couple of pitches. That one he pulled into the other batter's box. He's missed a couple down and low.
A 3-2. That one in on the inner half for strike 3. He got him. And Liam Watt will walk off the mound. To the home half of the second we go. Still scoreless here at Hastings.
Everyone dreams of being great, Only a select few can be iconic, but only one is chosen. Introducing the Chosen One from Rawlings. The all-new one-piece composite iteration of the top-rated and established Icon BB Core bat.
Welcome back to Hastings Stadium in Guelph. Mark Perry alongside Zach Benoit as we get set for the home half of the second inning. It will be Victor Maskai, JD Williams, and Andy Leader to take on Abdiel Saldana, as that one's going to be fouled off and rips a piece of the shin guard at the same time, too, as Maskai. Boy, oh boy, he has taken a beating in the last few games.
Well, he was actually taken out of the last game here at home because he was hit by a pitch on the back foot, and now this time it just rings right off that front foot. So it's never fun.
There's Donnie Fell.
Donnie Fell sporting a new look today, as Maskai will be okay. Donnie Fell cut the sleeves off the sweater. I was helping him as well. I thought he wanted to go sleeveless at first, and he said, "No, I
He didn't want to go
sleeves."
full. He didn't want to go full Hogan.
He did not want to go full Hogan.
Disappointing.
He looks like he can. He's as ripped as him.
He could. I mean, probably 17-inch pythons, but not 24. Right?
I'm gonna see him the next home game, and he's gonna walk up to me and just go, "How you doing, brother?"
I just call everybody brother. The 0-2. That one missing downstairs. Well, brother, what do you think of Victor Maskai? Again, another guy, that on-base streak just continuing to roll for him. Unbelievable stuff. The 1-2 is going to miss outside.
Yeah, he's simply just been terrific in his entire tenure here. The power, it's shown flashes, and it's starting to fully come around now. It's really coming to full force as of late.
Well, let that streak continue. A base hit. What else is new? Victor Maskai gets on base for the 30th straight game.
43rd hit of the season as well, and yeah, he's just doing a lot of things right as of late. Batting average sitting at 365, on base 436, slugging 643, OPS sitting over 1,000. Just really great work out of Maskai.
That'll set the stage for JD Williams. Playing out in center field here tonight, JD. Squared up to bunt, but pulls back. One of a few games across the CBL tonight, but that's what was scheduled. There's a few games that have already been postponed. I believe the Toronto game might be ongoing, as that's going to be a strike on JD. The other two out-of-town games have been postponed. Kitchener in Barrie. They're actually going to make that up with a doubleheader in Kitchener. So Barrie's home game is going to be in Kitchener tomorrow. A 1-1 off the end of the bat. We have seen that happen a couple of times. We saw it actually between Kitchener and Barrie a couple of years ago. They ended up having to play a doubleheader, both of them 7 innings, where Barrie had to be the home team for one, and then Kitchener became the home team for the other.
Now, my question is, does Barrie get the home dugout at Kitchener?
I don't think they do. I don't think they do. The 1-2 misses upstairs. Wouldn't that be something? Play an entire 7-inning game? Let's just switch dugouts. Now, if Barrie's the home team for the first game, do they get batting practice first, as there's a throw over to first not in time?
That'll be interesting.
The other game postponed, Brantford and Chatham-Kent. Might be good for Brantford, considering they went deep into the night last night. A 4.5-hour game, from what I'm told, the Red Sox and the Maple Leafs.
Very late.
Yes.
I believe Jordan Mandalay came up with one of the biggest hits of the night, as well as Brando LaRue. There's a couple of huge moments there for the Maple Leafs. Again, obviously, we kind of know what the playoff picture is going to look like.
That one's going to miss downstairs.
But give credit to the Maple Leafs. They started the year off very, very poorly, but they've been turning things around. 12-21 right now. Winners of 6 out of their last 10.
Probably been the hottest of the non-playoff teams. The 3-2. Chopper grabbed there by Wisner. Over to first, not in time. J.D. Williams gets aboard. Nobody away, and here comes Andy Leader.
That's going to feel real good for JD. That snaps a lengthy 0-for streak. He was hitless in his last 5 games, and he's finally able to snap it. Just a real good sign there. He kind of took the pitch that Saldana threw on the outside half. He chopped his swing down in half. He just tries to hit it right into the hole. Give credit to Wisner. Covered a lot of ground to get to that ball, but he was really never going to get JD and his speed.
Leader, the right fielder. A runner in scoring position here for Guelph as Leader squares up to bunt, but pulls away.
I feel like I was at a Jays game right there. Hey, baby, playing on the speakers.
Ooh. The 1-0. Leader drops into bunt, throw into second base, and not in time. Logan Grant trying to catch Victor Mascai, flat-footed out there. Not going to do so this time. Saldana gets set. The 1-1. Dropping the bunt down. Throw over to first in time to get Leader, but that'll advance the runners. That's just a good productive at-bat for Andy Leader.
Yeah, that's just doing a real good job there by Andy Leader. You understand the situation. 2 on, you got nobody out. Just try to advance those runners 90 feet as best as possible. Drops down a great bunt, allows both base runners to advance with ease. And now you have a chance here at the bottom of the lineup with Matthew Ward, who has been swinging a hot stick as of late.
And Ward early in Thursday's game in Kitchener, had a pair of singles and came in to score both times. Part of a string of 4 straight runs for the Royals after they went down 3-0 in that game on Thursday. And you can see the infield here playing in on the edge of the grass, just trying to cut down the runner. The 1-0, sent foul.
Over his last 5 games, batting .412 is Matthew Ward. His last 10, he's batting .312. So, I mean, like I said, productive numbers out of the backstop. And that's kind of what he needed, you know. He went through, again, a lengthy kind of over streak, got things cleaned up. The bat started coming around. He's been terrific behind the plate the entire year.
The 1-1. That one's going to miss at the knees. And when counted upon, and I mean, Ward has been in the bottom of the lineup pretty much the entire season, but he has been productive in that spot the entire time. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes. The delivery. That one's going to miss at the knees. Really just trying to play to the bottom of the zone of Saldana. And you can see that Matthew Ward is not biting. He's not chasing these balls that are getting to the bottom of the zone here.
That right there was a fantastic breaking ball as well. Really snapped it to the outside corner. But again, if there's anybody on this Royals team that will know this zone the best tonight, it'll be the man at the plate, Matthew Ward.
Runners on second and third. The delivery. That one's crushed high, deep to left field, and over to make the catch is Abe right in front of the warning track. Mark that down as a sac fly as the Royals take a 1-0 lead.
Again, that's understanding situations, and Matthew Ward does a good job just to get his hands inside on that pitch, and he drives it deep in left field. Again, obviously, he probably wishes he got a little bit more of the barrel there to cash in 2 extra runs, but nonetheless, does a great job, helps out his starting pitcher in Liam Watt, giving him a lead.
JD will stay over at second. But the Royals cash in 1, as that one's going to be sent back into the screen foul. There's Kyle Cush, as he makes a rare appearance in the lineup tonight. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So it's just his 13th game of the season. Saldana checks on Williams. Couple of checks over. The 0-2 is going to miss on the outside edge.
Try to get him to chase on what appeared to be a changeup blown away, and Kyle Cush does not bite.
Should mention there is only one game that is being played tonight, other than the one here in Guelph. The 1-2, there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. That game is scoreless in Toronto. The Majors are in Christie Pitts to take on the Maple Leafs, and they trail 1-0 here to Guelph as we head to the third on the other side. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium in Guelph. There you see it. 1-0 Guelph, the score. It'll be for the Welland Jackfish, the heart of the order due up. It'll be Jonah Weisner, Robbie Mullen, and James Smybert. Weisner struck out his last time up. Delivery to the plate is going to clip the outside for strike one.
Yeah, really liked how Liam Watt was attacking the hitters early on in the ball game.
That was going to get through the whole base hit. Weisner now 1 for 2. And Watt on that attacking, despite not giving up a run, pitch count starts to go up a little bit as he was up to 41 pitches through 2 innings of work. Previous to that, 18 pitches just into the first inning. So ramped up a little bit in that second, but just some good cleanup control there from Watt after a couple of runners got on base. That was going to miss outside for ball one. Robbie Mullen, one of those two that reached in the first. He walked, was later stranded over at third. Upstairs. Robbie hitting .282 on the season. One of the few righties in this lineup here tonight.
One of those bats where he's going to be in there no matter who the pitcher is. Robert Mullen has been so good this year. But when you look up and down the Welland Jackfish lineup, it's pretty much stapled in who you have day in and day out.
There's a strike. Three balls, one strike. The delivery. It's going to miss at the knees. And Robbie Mullen will advance over to first.
That's the second time he's walked tonight. It was a full count walk his last time up. This time just patient against Liam Watt. But kind of fighting his command a little bit here. It's the third walk he's given up here in 2 innings pitched so far.
So bring up James Smybert. We talked about the on-base streak for Victor Mascai reaching 30 games. James Smybert in that first inning hit a single, extending his streak to 29 straight games reaching base. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Smybert, fantastic on the year. Has slowed down a little bit recently. Drops a bunt down. That is a perfect bunt down the third base line. Throw to first and safe. Mascai comes off the bag, and that's going to load the bases. A perfect bunt single for James Smybert.
Yeah, you couldn't have placed that any better. I think nonetheless, Smybert beats out that throw no matter what. Geraldo had to run over to cover, and he just couldn't get his foot down on the base. But that was right on the lip of the grass. It didn't tail towards the left where if it hit the dirt, it would have spun foul. That stayed on the whole time. Kyle Cush had to just try to make a hero play, and give him credit. It was an accurate throw, but Smybert showed off the speed.
It'll bring up Justin Gideon. First pitch he sees, checks his swing, and that's going to go foul. The 0-1. That one's going to miss downstairs. Evens the count at 1-1. With the bases loaded this season, Welland hitting .333. Pair of slams on their ledger as well, as that one's going to miss inside, but he went around anyway for strike 2. Still nobody away here in this third inning. Down the line, that's going to go foul. There you see down the sideline. If you ever come here to Hastings Stadium in Guelph, you just bring your lawn chair and you just sit down the line. That one's going to miss down just under the zone.
You can see there, although Matthew Ward kind of giving his pitcher a nod, just saying, that's the right spot. You hit your spot, do that again.
The 2-2. That one is going to get to the glove of Miguel Geraldo. Oh my goodness, he climbed the ladder.
Geraldo just showing off why his defense has been so good this year. Again, I mentioned it just a couple of weeks ago. It was one of those things where his defense, it started off a little bit slow to start the year. He was making errors that he probably wouldn't normally make. It's gotten better and better as the year's gone on, and that play right there just solidifies it.
Wow. That takes 2 runs off the board. That gets into that gap. Guy at second base is coming around to score every day of the week.
Well, not only is that, you don't get any runs coming across, but now it's 2 outs in the inning.
Yep.
You double up Robert Mullen over there at second as well, and it's a completely different inning here. What started off as a bases loaded, nobody out, flip-flops now to runners at the corner and 2 out for the Royals.
As there you saw Dino Ramel coming out to chat with the infield, and yeah, absolutely. I was working the cameras trying to figure out what was going on after that line out right to Miguel Geraldo, and obviously he was able to make a spectacular play and have the heads up wherewithal to get the double up over at second. That one's going to clip the outside edge for a strike on Grayson Barrett.
And I really like that mound meeting as well from Dino Ramel. You understand the situation. You have a young starter. He's throwing a lot of pitches here. Big play just happened. Yes, it's a big shift in momentum to your side. But take a quick second. Calm everybody down. Let him get a second to breathe. Go out there, talk about the situation. If that runner takes off for second, what are you going to do? It's a very smart heads-up play there by Dino.
An 0-2 count here on Barrett. He struck out his last time up. That one's going to go into the dirt. And 4 strikeouts so far for Liam Watt. This time's going to be called, and home plate umpire David Phillips taking an extra couple looks around. The 1-2. Missing on the outside. He wanted that one, but I think that was some early break.
Yeah, it looked like the pitch just finished a little bit high and outside, but again, you're marking that spot. You understand this is where it's too far.
The runner's going to go. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Liam Watt has K'd 5. And they evade some damage. It remains 1-0 Royals as we head to the home half of the third. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium in Guelph. Ashton Patterson to lead things off here for the Royals. It'll be Patterson, DeSantos, and Gilbert here on a Saturday night. Bottom of the third, Royals with a 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss.
Patterson really starting to heat up over his last 5 games, batting .429, including his home run that he hit here a couple of nights ago.
Which we didn't think was a home run at first.
Yeah, well, it was a very interesting circumstance of events where, the right fielder went up with the play. Everyone thought he came down with it initially. He just kind of sat at the base of the fence.
That one's going to hop on Barrett. And no play, and they collide. Saldana and Barrett crossed up at the tracks. Looks like they're all right. But Ashton Patterson will get on.
Yeah, it really should go down as an error on Barrett. That's a ground ball. Obviously, yes, it's hit hard, but it's a one bounce that Barrett should be able to backhand. Nonetheless, it's another hard contact made by Ashton Patterson.
So Patterson gets on board. That indeed should go down as an error, as Barrett. That is a play that he makes 9 times out of 10. Here's Ryan DeSantos. Job there by Grant. Keeps that in front of him. DeSantos struck out his last time up. That one's going to miss on the outside edge.
He worked it to a 2-2 count, and then he got a breaking ball in the inside half that looked like it spun right into his body, but umpire said it caught a part of the zone.
That one's sent high, deep. Morello in front of the warning track will make the catch. And there's one down.
And he gave it a ride. He just missed the barrel, though. I mean, that was hard contact. About an inch or two more onto that barrel, that sweet spot. We're probably looking at a ball game where it's 3-0.
And that'll bring up Anthony Gilbert. Royals have been really hitting the ball hard here tonight.
Saldana just dancing with fire in these early innings.
Good block there by Grant. Keeps it in front of him, but that's ball 1. That's going to go across for a strike. When we talk about Saldana, generates a lot more ground balls than anything else. Medium contact, then hard contact, and then soft contact in that order. It's kind of where he rolls as time's going to be called. It's about medium contact about 48% of the time.
Been a couple tonight where you see it, you think, oh, that's going to cash in a couple, but kind of just dies out there in the outfield. We look at the Matthew Ward hit, the Dos Santos hit right there.
That one sent high and into the gap. That's going to get down all the way to the wall. Patterson getting the wave. Here he comes in. The throw is into the infield, and Patterson's going to come in to score in the RBI double from Anthony Gilbert. 2-0 Guelph.
That's just a real good swing off the bat of Anthony Gilbert, a guy who started off his career here with the Guelph Royals. He was blistering hot the last 10 games. The average has dropped down, or he's hitting .250, I should say. That right there has got to feel good. He gets an ace swing off right to that right center gap. And with the speed of Patterson, he's catching an RBI every single time.
Grant's going to come out and have a conversation with Saldana. But another runner in scoring position here for Guelph as they start to threaten here in the third.
He also went up and got it. I think Saldana made the right pitch, but with Anthony Gilbert, we know he can hit really anything at any part of the zone. And that fastball came in high. He just kind of shortened up the swing, went upstairs, and just pieced it up perfectly.
So bring up Miguel Geraldo. Missing on the outside for ball one. Miggy grounded one out to the shortstop his last time up. The 1-0, big hack there from Miguel Geraldo.
Royals doing a real good job. You kind of capture the momentum. Now you have it all on your side. The last half inning defensively, you were in a jam. Your pitcher, he just got the lead. Bases loaded, nobody out. The defense steps up, makes a big double play. You get out of it unscathed. Now you come out, you add on to your already one-run lead.
That one's flared high, a mile high, right to center. And the catch is made, but the runner will advance. As that was Gio Morello out in center that made that grab. So here is Victor Mascai. Hit a single and later came in to score in the second. Got a piece of it. And just look at that hole. Look at that gap in between the second baseman and the shortstop.
I think Mascai fouled that one off his leg yet again, which, quite insane if you think about it. But it's surprising to see how much they're playing the shift. Victor Mascai hits opposite better than he does pull and up the middle. 63% of the time.
That's unbelievable.
It's an opposite field hit.
Saldana gets the sign. Into the dirt it goes. Grant keeps it in front of him.
But even that, it's still very shocking that they would play him that kind of to the whole side. If you're Jonah Weisner, I mean, he's basically playing exactly where the first baseman is. They are heavily guarding this right field line. Granted, Mascai does hit a lot of ground balls. The line drives are the other thing that he hits a lot of, but this is a very interesting setup here by Jackfish.
That one gets away from Grant. Throw into home, and he's out. The throw from Grant to Saldana. They get the runner in time, trying to get home, and Anthony Gilbert. And that'll do it for the inning. The fans not happy about it, but we are through 3 here at Hastings, and the Royals with a 2-0 lead.
What I look for in a Rawlings is a combination of things. Something that will kind of maintain for a long period of time. I've had a lot of success with Rawlings over the years.
What I like about my Rawlings glove is the feel. The feel is everything. It's good to get that feel in your hands, and when you have a Rowling, it's more easy to catch. Weight goes a long way, and I feel like Rawlings does a really good job of getting you top of the line leather.
As far as the leather, I usually stick to Pro Preferred.
I've actually always used Pro Preferred. I loved it from the start, so I'm kind of a guy, if I like something, I usually don't change it. So since the first day I signed with Rawlings, I've been using Pro Preferred.
What I like about my Rawlings glove is it's always felt the same. It never falls apart. It feels good every single day I put it on my hand, and it's a mark of a pro.
Welcome back to Hastings Stadium in Guelph. To the fourth we go. The Welland Jackfish trailing Guelph 2-0. An unearned run coming in to score. Abdiel Saldana has gotten through 47 pitches in. Meantime, here's Liam Watt. 62 pitches in, 37 going for strikes thus far. One misses upstairs. Watt has walked 3 batters, but he struck out 5.
And just a quick, cool piece of history just happened down in Philadelphia. Max Scherzer officially sits 10th all-time in career strikeouts.
That one's flared high, deep into left center, and that's going to get to the wall. Around to second base is Brendan Luther. And it's a leadoff double.
Brandon Luther, big Max Scherzer fan, shows it off right there.
Yes, indeed. I think so.
But good piece of hitting there by Luther. Again, it's Liam Watt just trying to get in on the hands of these lefties, but Luther is able to kind of inside out that ball and does a real good job just to punch it right to the hole.
Also, great piece of history, by the way.
Passes Walter Johnson.
That's a name.
There were a couple people that were saying he already passed him because they had Walter Johnson, I think, at 3,508, but it was actually 3,515. Max Scherzer now at 3,516. So it's 10th all time.
Gio, a roller over to second base and into first for the first outs. That'll advance Luther over to third.
Good comeback right there for Liam Watt. You just get a guy in Gio Morello who is so good at getting on base, kind of just making contact, running things out. He gets him to roll over on another off speed there.
Here's Logan Grant. He walked his last time up. That's going to miss at the knees. Really good spot there from Liam Watt. Just did not get the call. The 1-0. That one misses just below the zone. Gets a spot there as Watt working in the lower half on Logan Grant here so far, and he gets strike 1 this time.
Really like that out of Liam Watt right there. He still goes with the breaking ball.
There's a swing and a miss. Again, low part of the zone, and Grant swung right over top of it.
He was down 2-0, and he didn't shy away from it. You know, usually hitters will expect, ahead 2-0 in the count, go after a fastball. Liam Watt just said, here, I'm going to get control of my off speed.
Here's a swing and a miss. 6th K of the night for Liam Watt. And there's 2 away.
That's just an all-around beautiful kind of piece of pitching. Absolutely sequences Logan Grant right there. He falls behind him early, 2-0. Decides, you know what? I'm going to go back with the off-speed, get back in the strike zone. Gets Grant swinging right over the top of it. And what does he do for the next 2 pitches? He goes fastball, and he just blows them right by Logan Grant.
Back to the top of the order, 3rd time around. Here's Daike Abe. This one goes under the zone for ball 1. Missing inside. Abe 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out.
Just missing low on that second pitch. That was the fastball there. Tried to tunnel that off speed and fastball with pitches 1 and 2.
That's going to go in there for a strike. And one of the better contact hitters in the CBL, Daike Abe. The 2-1. A high chopper over to first, and that's going to get away and out of play. Abe is going to trot on over to second. The Jackfish are on the board, as that had to be a very quick play. And it looked like Abe ended up cutting down Victor Maskai as he was running through first. Going out Widener.
Yeah, that I believe that should go down as a hit for Abe. I mean, with his speed right there, there was really no way Miguel Geraldo could have made it the play, but advanced up to second afterwards on the throwing error. Be interesting to see how that gets fully scored, but it should go down as an error and then advances up afterwards on the throw.
Maybe a single and then an error advancing. Jonah Weisner, the batter, takes one under the knees for ball one. Abe over on second. A 2-1 score. Cowan misses up and in. Checks on the runner, the 1-0. That's going to go in there for a strike. Upper half to the outside goes Watt this time. So we'll go down as a single for Abe.
And an RBI.
And an RBI. Abe dancing around over at second base. That one's flared up high. Chasing it down is Cush. He lost it. It bounced in play, but Cush, I think, may have just lost it in the trees.
That's just an overall really tough play. Again, you're running backwards to your side, and you kind of have to make a miracle catch going down that third base side.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to dive on that ground. I've ran that ground before. I've ran that track. Probably draw some blood. Weisner strikes out. 7 strikeouts for Liam Watts to the home half of the fourth. The Welland Jackfish get a run, but they trail by 1. Welcome back to Guelph. Victor Maskai here for the Guelph Royals. Guelph leading Welland 2-1 as we head to the home half of the fourth. Cowan misses on the outside for ball one.
This guy was up to bat last inning. He was in a 2-1 count. Then second ball was the one that got away from the catcher. And Gilbert got thrown out trying to take home.
Big swing and a miss there from Maskai. The 1-1. That one's in for ball two. Maskai singled and scored back in the second. Chopper on the ground. To Hopper. Over to first in time. And that'll retire Maskai to lead off the fourth.
And right there, we were talking about it last inning that Jonah Weiser, who's playing to the heavy pull of Victor Maskai, that time there, he wasn't as shifted over. But if Maskai hit that ball in that same spot last inning, that's through for a single.
Mm-hmm. That'll bring up J.D. Williams. Stranded out on a second base. Back in the second inning. That one misses at the knees for ball one. And J.D. missing some time with injury this year. Glad to see him back. That'll go up for a strike.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate time for him to kind of be away from the team because he was just starting to swing the bat and finally starting to get into form, and then he goes away, comes back, and he has his struggles trying to figure things out. The first at-bat he had here today, it was perfect for him. Chops down his swing, hits the ball the other way, and he uses his speed to get on to first to break that over.
Yeah, his first hit since coming back. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Yeah, offers in his 5 games since coming back. Missed about 3 weeks-ish. The 2-2 is in for strike 3. Saldana gets him. And there's 2 away. Your right fielder, number 11. And that'll bring up Andy Leader. Pinch hit in the game on Thursday in Kitchener in the 8th. Reached on a fielder's choice and was actually the runner that came across in the 8th that gave the Royals a 5-4 lead before Kitchener came back in the 9th. The 0-1. That's going to get, grabbed there by Luther. Over to first, but that's going to pull Barrett off the bag. What an effort there from Brendan Luther to get to that baseball at short, but just could not get that ball over as Andy Leader just blistered down the line.
Yeah, that's a great play by the shortstop you mentioned in Luther. He had to make a hero throw across the diamond. There's no way he was going to get Andy Leader, who gets his first hit here of the ball game.
So bring up Matthew Ward, a sac fly to one of the deeper parts of this ballpark out in left field. Cowan misses on the outside edge. Looking to continue his hot stretch of late. The 1-0. That one is going to be sent high. Morello in center will make the catch, and that'll do it. Leader stranded. We are through 4 here at Hastings. The Guelph Royals 2. The Welland Jackfish 1. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium in Guelph. There you see him, Claudio Custodio, the 2022 IBL MVP, coming in to take over for Liam Watt for the Royals, who are up 2-1.
Yeah, Liam Watt goes through 4 innings, faces 20 batters, gives up 1 run. It's an earned 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks for the young left-hander.
We're going to miss upstairs for ball 1 here on Robbie Mullen. It'll be Mullen, Smybert, and Gideon due up for the Jackfish. That's going to clip the outside edge for a strike. Mullen skies this one. It's going to stay in the infield. Anthony Gilbert over at short will make the catch. One down here in the 5th. As there you see him, Claudio. His 8th appearance of the season. Now again, has made his appearances when it comes to the qualifications for the playoffs, but you need 14 innings as well as 7 appearances in order to qualify as a pitcher. Claudio, 11 2/3 he has gone through here so far. With that last out of Robbie Mullen, he's now up to an even 12. Needs 2 full innings in order to qualify for the postseason. I think he gets it.
Yeah, we'll most likely see him get used more and more here down the stretch. But again, he's a guy that they've been building up. They want him eventually to be one of their big-time starters again.
Did he go around? No, he did not. The 1-2. Swing and a miss by Smybert for strike 3. Claudio K's him down.
Again, Claudio just does a good job of working through his progressions on the mound, and right there, he just makes James Smybert fall victim.
Here comes Justin Gideon. These two have battled. I was going to miss upstairs for ball 1. Gideon, of course, in that Custodio MVP year, there's a swing and a miss for a strike. Gideon, well, he was up there when it came to voting for MVP that Custodio ultimately won, and for good reason, with 19 homers by Gideon that year as he fouls out of his shoes there for a moment.
The catcher's interference on Matthew Ward as well. And that's just a tough one because, it just looks like Ward, he's going to play the ball, and Gideon, he allows it to kind of get deep on him, so his hands will drift back a little bit, and as he comes down, he just hits the glove. It's just a very unfortunate kind of sequence of events there for the side of Guelph.
Yeah. And apologies on my numbers. Actually, Gideon hit 14 home runs in 2022. That was the year that he was in Hamilton and then ended up getting dealt to the Jackfish, as that one's fouled back. That was, of course, the last season we saw Gideon in a uniform in the IBL before he spent a few years out in Quebec. So here is Grayson Barrett. Gideon's going to go, swing and a miss, throw into second, and he got him! Gideon caught stealing second. Claudio comes off the mound. To the home half of the 5th we go. Royals with a 2-1 lead. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium in Guelph. There you see the lovely Zach Benoit.
It's awesome having a camera that could be, manually worked here. It's so much fun.
Absolutely. Credit to John McKay, one of the new owners of the Royals organization, decided, you know what? I'm going to be a camera operator tonight. Why not? Yeoman's work. That's what you're seeing sometimes with some of these close-up shots we've been getting here tonight. Again, just a taste of the future. Again, we're not into the perfectionist. We're not into the perfection that we want as of yet when it comes to the broadcast setup, but we're working on it. We are working on it.
Everything is just a work in progress.
Yeah, we want to get that center field camera, but again, we need that extra piece. That one's a swing and a miss, by the way, by Kyle Cush.
Extra piece that's eluded us for some reason.
Yeah. Well, we had a center field camera for one game, but it seems like that piece we were using no longer works.
Doesn't want to work anymore. It's okay. It happens from time to time.
Exactly. I would imagine that 2027 we'll have it working. We'll have everything working as that one sent foul. What would you rather have? Piecemeal solutions and then ultimately go out and spend even more money for the 2027 campaign when you want to revamp everything? Or do you just hold on with what we have right now, analyze what is right, what is needed to be worked on, as that's going to miss to even the count at 2-2 here on Cush, I should say. Save a little bit of money, get to what we're having right now, showcase what can be done as that one sent down the line foul, and then analyze in the offseason and get into 2027 raring to go.
Exactly. It's all slow build.
Exactly. Slow. We can't all be. I'm going to stop there. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Cush. Abdiel Saldana still out there. And that one's going to be fouled back. Saldana, 60 pitches through 4 innings. Also, speaking of yeoman's work, Maya McKay, getting a message that indeed it was 19 homers for Justin Gideon in that 2022 campaign, as that one sent to the shortstop, and he'll throw him out on the 6-3.
Good at-bat worked by Cush. Hard contact, but unfortunately, just right at a player, and those ones are always tough.
That'll bring up Ashton Patterson. Reached on an error his last time up. That came in the 3rd. He was the runner that came across that has given this Royals team a 2-1 lead. Saldana stares down Grant, and scoring up to bunt there was Patterson, but he pulls back. One counts. Skied high. Luther tracking it over at short, and he'll make the catch.
This has just been a Brandon Luther inning here. Gets the ground ball and he gets the pop out to record the first 2.
Now to the top of the order we go again, as here comes Ryan DeSantos, who is 0 for 2.
0 for 2 on the ball game, buddy. He took the ball for a ride in his last at-bat. Gets it just more on that barrel. That's probably sailing towards center field. The swing is there. It's still coming around for him.
I was going to miss inside and gets away from Grant.
One of the things that really hasn't left through all the ups and downs of the season, the eye at the plate still been one of the best here in the CBL.
Yeah, second in walks. coming into today's action. Saldana really taking his time. The 1-0. He's going to drop in there for a strike on the lower half.
He can actually just missed low.
Oh, yes, he did miss low. Thought the umpire signaled strike there for a moment. The 2-0. That one's going to miss down low. Same spot this time.
But do you see what I mean? Just stoic at the plate. Knows his zone so well. That stuff that's just off, he's not chasing.
That's going to go in for a strike just at the knees. Saldana likes what he sees. The 3-1. Right off of Saldana, he scoops it up. And over to first he goes for the third out. That's another tough break for Ryan DeSantos. This time he hits it right to the pitcher. We're through 5 here at Hastings Stadium in Guelph. The Royals with a 2-1 lead.
Let me into my zone. Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Yeah. Can't answer my phone now. Just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up, cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now.
First baseman number 24, Grayson Barrett. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium in Guelph. To the 6th we go, and it's Grayson Barrett coming up here for the Welland Jackfish, who was up to bat in the last inning.
Yeah, he was in a 0-1 count to start, and then beautiful throw down to second to get Justin Gideon by Matthew Ward.
There's a big swing and a miss. Second time that's happened here tonight, where a batter who ended the previous inning has to come back out because they didn't complete the at-bat.
Saw it with Victor Mascai earlier in the ballgame. Now we see it with with Barrett.
Holds off. That one missing. Bottom out. Custodio deals. That's a chopper right on over to Gilbert. Over to first in time. Barrett is now 0 for 3.
It's kind of a perfect time to utilize Claudio Custodio in the sense of you got a really good start out of the lefty Liam Watt. Now you go to a guy who's been dominant here in his career in the CBL against a team that has been one of the best, if not the best, offense in the entire league all year long.
By the way, also being told that the Holenka Gretzky Cup tonight, Canada up 5-1 on the U.S. in the gold medal game, as Luther's going to chop that one foul.
The U18 squad getting some revenge for the national team at the Olympics.
Yeah, Jaco Wysick, of course, property of the Guelph Storm, having himself a night Imagining what his stock will look like playing with two guys that came over from the Niagara Ice Dogs. The 0-1 missing on the outside to even the count at 1-1. That's how you get the mention of both teams in at once. Ice Dogs.
Oh, I can see you smiling ear to ear.
That's a bunt drop down. Custodio throw to first and in time for the second outs. Ethan Zada, Ryan Robrick traded over from Niagara to Guelph in the offseason. As here is Gio Morello, who is 0 for 2.
Good play there by Claudio. Again, the PFPs, it's always so fun. The pitcher fielding plays. He executes it perfectly. You hop off the mound. You don't rush. Don't get all antsy in yourself. Take your time. You fire a strike to first, and he gets it.
Fires a strike right there on Gio. He's going to miss high and away. And of course, the conversation around Claudio Custodio has always been, are we going to see his MVP kind of stuff from 2022? He did tail off for a couple of years as well. Just trying to get back into that form as there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. And even a Claudio that isn't in that 2022 form is still a very dangerous Claudio Custodio.
It's hard to be that perfect again, but I mean, even if you can get a little taste of it.
Well, there's a taste of the K's as Claudio gets Gio swinging and missing. We head to the home half of the 6th, and the Royals continue to lead this one.
Everyone dreams of being great. Only a select few can be iconic. But only one is chosen. Introducing the Chosen One from Rawlings. The all-new one-piece composite iteration of the top-rated and established Icon BB Core bat.
Welcome back to Hastings Stadium to the home half of the 6th. Heart of the order here for the Guelph Royals, who continue to lead this one 2-1. Anthony Gilbert stares down that pitch. It gets away from Grant and into the screen. Gilbert, Geraldo, Mascai due up here for the Royals. And that one's going to get over the head. Base hits. And the stop sign put on, and over to first goes Gilbert. A long single for him. He's 2 for 3.
Yeah, he deposits one of the same spot he got the RBI double just a couple innings ago. This time more so on the line. The grass kind of kills it. Give credit out there to Gideon, who gets over to the ball and just cuts it off perfectly.
So bring up Miguel Geraldo. Royals in business here. Early on in the 6th. Swing and a miss. Miguel, a ground out and a fly out on his ledger tonight. Grant setting up more outside. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. A low-scoring game here in this game. And the fact, now Abdiel Saldana, he's given up 2 runs. Again, one of them was earned, but pretty economical with the pitch count that he's up to right now. So he nears 80 here in the 6th inning. Gilbert over on first. He's going to miss on the outside. Puts the count at 1-2.
Well, a couple big games, like you mentioned, the other one going on, Toronto and London. Currently tied 2-2, top 5, but London, they're threatening with 2 on and no out.
That's a big one for these Jackfish to keep an eye on. The 1-2, swing and a miss, he got him. Another strikeout for Saldana, and there's one away.
What do you think about it? It's a pretty big game for everybody in that playoff picture. Because again, London and Welland, they've been slowly separating themselves from the batch of 5 teams. Say Guelph is able to come away with this one. Toronto holds on to beat London. Those 2 top teams get a little bit closer. You look at Guelph, they would jump Barrie. So things could get interesting again the last couple of weeks here.
A massive difference between playing in that 1-game playoff and being able to be in that 2nd versus 3rd matchup. The Sky fouls that one back.
In the MLB, the Blue Jays just tied things up against the Philadelphia Phillies. Andres Jimenez with a double off of a lefty to tie things up.
He's been so good.
Big hit, big time hit. Blue Jays are playing not boring baseball as of late. It's been real fun after the deadline.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
How fun has Brett Bateman been?
Ooh, big Brett Bateman?
Big Brett Bateman believer.
One ball, 2 strikes here on Maskai. He's going to miss on the outer half. Grant setting up the 2-2. Another one fouled back into the screen.
These are kind of the at-bats we're so typical of seeing from Victor Maskai. He just doesn't make it easy for these pitchers. In his 2 at-bats, he singled, and he hit a hard ground ball to second base. Wisner, the inning prior when Maskai was up to bat, he was shifted heavy pull. You see here, now more up the middle.
Saldana gets set. Another offering on the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, he got him. Strike 3, and there's 2 away.
So London can actually be the first official team to clinch a playoff spot with a win over Toronto tonight.
Yes, they can. As J.D. Williams will come up to bat for the Royals. Yeah, X marks the spot for the majors. They can pick up that win. And sending it the other way was J.D. It goes into foul territory.
We've seen J.D. now punch 2 down that right field side. One was the base hit he got right there again. It's just again, when you have such a long time off of playing and getting those reps, the timing is really the last thing that will finally come back to you. But again, he's barreling it up. He's just a tad late on a couple of these swings.
The 0-1 is going to be cued into shallow right center, and there's a base hit for JD.
That time, Saldana, he noticed that Williams is a bit late, tries to go inside, but JD just perfectly, again, inside outs that baseball, punches it over the head of Wisner.
Your right fielder, number 11. That'll bring up Jonah Wise. That'll bring up Andy Leader. Leader is 1 for 2. Now, Wisner would have had to fight the ladder to get up there. And Leader sends one into the trees just above the Jackfish dugouts.
Those are always the scary ones.
That one had some heat behind it.
The Majors have taken a 4-2 lead over the Maple Leafs, top 5. It's been back-to-back sack plays. It was bases loaded, nobody out. And now 2 outs, runner at first.
Here comes the 0-1 from Saldana, really keeping an eye on second, and time's going to be called. A couple of turns toward Anthony Gilbert over at second base. Saldana, his attention very much on a couple of spots here. The 0-1 inside, missing to even the count. Leader with that single in the 4th. Swing and a miss for strike 2. It's only hit on the day. And that was the lone hit in that 4th inning. Saldana was able to retire the other 3.
He also had a sack bunt play where it was just to advance the runners 90 feet. That actually led to the first run of the ball game.
Runners on first and second. Saldana, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Couple of singles, but he strikes out the side. Guelph Royals, no run. And we are through 6 at Hastings. The Royals with a 2-1 lead.
What I look for in Rawlings is a combination of things. Something that will kind of maintain for a long period of time. I've had a lot of success with Rawlings over the years.
What I like about my Rawlings glove is the feel. The feel is everything. It's good to get that feel in your hands, and when you have it Rowling, it's more easy to catch. Weight goes a long way, and I feel like Rawlings does a really good job of getting you top of the line leather.
As far as the leather, I usually stick to Pro Preferred.
I've actually always used Pro Preferred. I loved it from the start, so I'm kind of a guy, if I like something, I usually don't change it. So since the first day I signed with Rawlings, I've been using Pro Preferred.
What I like about my Rawlings glove is it's always felt the same. And it never falls apart. It feels good every single day I put it on my hand. And it's a mark of a pro.
Welcome back to David E. Hastings Stadium in Guelph. Logan Grant, Daike Abe, and Jonah Weisner due up here for the Royals. For the Jackfish, I should say, as there's a swing and a miss for strike one. Claudio Custodio out there has faced the minimum. The only base runner has been due to catcher's interference since he came into the game. Was going to miss on the outside.
21 pitches, I believe, so far.
That's pretty economical. There's a swing and a miss. Yeah, now London up 5-2 on Toronto.
Cam Demichian has just been a tough fifth inning here for him. He was pitching a gem up until this point. Finally gets out of it there, and we'll head to the bottom of the fifth, 5-2 Majors.
Wow. Toronto with a bit of work to do. The Jackfish here with a bit of work to do. The 2-2 is set foul.
Well, Toronto did just have one of their biggest comebacks of the season against the Brantford Red Sox a couple nights ago.
In a game, again, that took nearly 5 hours to complete.
12th inning, I believe?
I believe so. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. A trio of strikeouts for Claudio Custodio so far.
And he's just working quick. In a groove here is Claudio. You'll love to see this when a pitcher is just feeling good on the mound. He's in a rhythm. He knows how to command his stuff. Just does a real good job here once again to the bottom of the order. Now comes the tricky part. He came in to face the number 3 hitter in Robert Mullen. He hasn't faced Abe or Weisner yet. These are the two guys that have really been leading the way for Guelph or Welland.
I was going to miss downstairs. It's a Freudian slip by both of us.
Happens to the best of us.
Absolutely. The delivery. Did he go around? Yes, he did. The appeal over to third. Taka Matsuda says, yes, he indeed went around. And it's a 1-1 counts. Abe 1 for 3. Hit a single back in the 4th. That's going to paint the outside edge for a strike. Getting away from Ward, evens the count at 2-2. As Claudio will get the new baseball here from David Phillips. And again, Daike Abe, for that single in the 4th, a grounder and a strikeout. You know, that speed on the base path, for the most part, has been just kind of taken away from Abe in this game. Just has not been able to get on as much. He'll get reset here in the 7th. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Another strikeout for Claudio.
3 straight strikeouts here for Claudio Custodio. And I mean, he's really asserting some dominance here in this ballgame.
The punch-outs have been heavy. They have been often here for the Guelph Royals, not only from Claudio recently, but again, Liam Watt, 4 innings of work, 7 strikeouts on the night. That is now the 10th. That is now the 11th strikeout by a Royals pitcher tonight. Weisner has been retired twice on the strikeout variety tonight. He singled his other time up. 1-0, ran across Broadway for a strike.
That right there, just such a pitcher's pitch. Looked like a changeup on the outside half.
It's going to drop below the knees. Puts the count at 2-1. The 2-1. Wisner gets a piece of it. It's the count at 2-2. For payoff. In for strike 3. Claudio Custodio does it again. He strikes out the side, and we're heading to stretch time here at Hastings. The Royals continue to hold on to this 2-1 lead. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium in Guelph. Mark Perry alongside Zach Benoit to the home half of the 7th we go. It'll be Matthew Ward, Kyle Cush, Ashton Patterson due up as they will take on, in a very rare occurrence, a relief appearance for Ben Abram as he takes over for Abdiel Saldana.
Yeah, Abdiel Saldana finishes his night. 6 innings pitched, 24 batters faced, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. He was really in the strike zone all night long, and he kept this Royals lineup at bay. And he gives way to, like you said, Ben Abram, who we've seen as a starting pitcher for so many years now for the Welland Jackfish. Just one of those arms that has been so dominant. But in a game like this, you want to get him on the mound.
Chopper to short, Luther over to first in time. Just his 5th career relief appearance since joining the Welland Jackfish back in 2023.
And this could just be a little bit of a revenge thing here for Abram. His last appearance was against the Guelph Royals, where he went an inning and 2/3, gave up 4 earned runs. But other than that, it's been all starts going 6 to 8 innings. His longest one against the Brantford Red Sox back on June 4th.
Yeah, and July 23rd against the Royals, that was his last appearance. That's more than 2 weeks ago. So, again, I think, like you said, just trying to get in some innings here for Big Ben. He will take on Kyle Cush. That's going to drop in there for a strike.
It helps get him some innings, but it also helps, get him back into the fold of everything.
Yeah, it's a pitching staff that is, well, there's been a number of different starting pitchers on this team, as that one's going to be dropped down foul. I mean, you think about Quinones, who pitched last night. You have Euclides Layer. You have just a whole bunch of different guys that have come in. You think about Abdiel Saldana making the start here tonight. You think about Tio Ortega, who's now on the injured list. An 0-2 count here on Cush. That one's going to miss upstairs.
How impressive is it, though, that majority of this pitching staff is their import spots?
Yeah.
You look at it, a guy like Ben Abram from Georgetown, Danny Howitt, he's from Brantford. You have Eric Pettipiece out of Dorchester. Everybody else, all the import spots, you hit on a couple of those guys that are Canadian, and then you fill up the rest of your roster. It's a scary kind of formula that Welland Jackfish have going.
Yeah, they had Ortega put on the injured list just a couple of days ago, and Euclides Layer coming back. Previous to that, Euclides Layer put onto the injured list on July 30th, allowing Quinones to get inserted back into the lineup too, as there's a swing and a miss for strike 3 on Kyle Cush. There's 2 away there.
Well, we're getting to the point of the night here where things are probably going to be just a battle of the bullpens now.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how long they let Claudio go here. But for the most part, he's been dominant. 9 straight sat down, and then on the other side, you have Ben Abram coming out. Who knows how long he's going to be going?
I wouldn't be surprised if you let Claudio just go the length. If he's cooking, why take the chef out of the kitchen?
Eric Johnson, and Eric Pettipiece 2 days ago both threw 21 pitches, so it'll be interesting to see if those guys will make an appearance in this game. Davey Mendez, for the most part, is pretty fresh.
That's a hopper off the glove of Barrett. Throw into first, and Ben Abram unable to get the glove on it. Back into first goes Ashton Patterson, as he had to scramble to get back into position.
That'll go down again as an error on Grayson Barrett. Just went to the backhand again, and it just goes in and out of the glove. It pops out. And Ashton Patterson utilizes his speed to rush that play completely.
And there you can see Grayson Barrett just shaking his head. Knew he had it. That would have ended the inning. But now to the top of the order we go. And here's Ryan DeSantos, who's 0 for 3. Throw over to first is not in time. Abram gets set. The runner's going to go. No throw into second. And Ashton Patterson gets into scoring position. No throw from Logan Grant on that one.
Patterson puts himself into scoring position here for Dos Santos, who's hit the ball hard 2 times tonight. Just the luck not on his side.
Abram, couple of looks over. 3-0-1. That one sent high and deep. It's going back, all the way back, and that's gone! Ryan DeSantos, a 2-run shot, and the Royals extend their lead.
Well, I said he hit the ball hard 2 times already tonight. The luck wasn't there that time. He says, I don't need lady luck. I'll just muscle it to dead center field. Huge 2-run shot for the leadoff man.
The deepest part of the ballpark goes Ryan DeSantos. And a slim 2-1 lead has been doubled up. It's 4-1 to put this Hastings faithful to their feet.
That's his second home run of the year. His last one was back on June 10th against the Maple Leafs. Well, that's got to feel good for the designated hitter tonight, but usually left fielder for the Guelph Royals.
Usually a guy that just has a really good eye at the plate, get on base, and turn the baton over to the guys in behind him. But this time, he said, I'm going to go mash.
His career high in a season is 4 home runs, but he's displayed extra base, power before. He had 12 doubles last year, 9 the year prior. This year he has 6. There's power in that bat, and when he utilizes it, it can get scary. It flies.
Oh, and clips the outside of the strike zone on Anthony Gilbert. The fans don't like it. But it's a 2-1 count.
How big now is that play over at first base? Again, the second error of the ball game to Grayson Barrett on that backhand.
The game of inches, that is baseball. Missing on the outside this time is Ben Abram. Evens the count at 2-2.
Something about the Guelph Royals.
3-1 rather.
They see the ball so well against Ben Abram. They did it last time out in his last appearance, and they do it here yet again.
Gilbert 2 for 3 on the night. The 3-1 is going to clip the outside edge for a strike. And Abram, there you see 3 straight to the outside. "3-2. Did he hold off? No, he did not. Strike 3, and that's going to do it for the inning. Gilbert doesn't like it, and there you see the conversation with the home plate umpire. Let's have somewhere to go. But that's going to do it for the inning. The Royals, though, extend their lead on a mashing home run from Ryan DeSantos. It's 4-1 as we head to the 8th.
Let me into my zone, let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone, let me into my zone. Let me into my zone, let me into my zone. Please don't let me in. Can't answer my phone now, just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up, cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now.
Welcome back to Royals TV. Mark Perry, Zach Benoit. There you see him. Andrew Case onto the hill now for the Guelph Royals. A interesting tactic here from Dino Ramel. I thought he would have gone Claudio for maybe another inning. But Andrew Case comes in. Not a bad option to have. And I mean, you have options all throughout that bullpen if you're the Guelph Royals. Why not?
Andrew Case, the ERA leader in the league. I believe it's 1.08. He has been terrific all season long. The final line for Claudio, he goes 3 innings, faces the minimum, 9 batters, no runs, no hits, 5 strikeouts, and nobody walked. He was picture perfect in his relief appearance here.
4 of those strikeouts coming in a row. And those were the last 4 batters as Robbie Mullen's going to sky this one high. Ward tracking it in foul ground, and he'll make the catch.
It's kind of what Andrew Case does. He just misses bats and does it right there again. Gets Mullins swinging at the first pitch.
Third baseman, number 5, James Smybert. As this will bring up James Smybert. What's that other game looking like?
Currently 6-2 for the side of the London Majors, top 6, and isn't good. It looks like there's a player injured right now. Might be Jordan Mandalay.
Yeah, former Kitchener Panther. Meantime, back here at Hastings, the 0-1, Smybert sends this one deep into the outfield, and tracking it down is Ashton Patterson. He'll get to it. Right fielder, number 25. As Andrew Case is working very quickly here in the 8th.
So it appears Mandalay went for the ground ball and something happened to his leg. It looks like he kind of popped his leg or something on the grass of the infield. He stayed down for a while. He was down for several minutes. And he's officially out of the ball game.
There's a swing and a miss by Gideon. Reached on catcher's interference in the 5th. Was later caught stealing. Case the nod. The 0-2. Down the line. That one's hopped to Maskai, and he'll get there. And there you see Gideon not too impressed as he slams the bat down in disgust. A quick inning for Andrew Case. It remains 4-1 Guelph as we head to the home half of the 8th.
What I look for in a Rawlings is a combination of things. Something that will kind of maintain for a long period of time. I've had a lot of success with Rawlings over the years.
What I like about my Rawlings glove is the feel. The feel is everything. It's good to get that feel in your hands, and when you have it Rowling, it's more easy to catch. Weight goes a long way, and I feel like Rawlings does a really good job of getting you top of the line leather.
As far as the leather, I usually stick to Pro Preferred.
I've actually always used Pro Preferred. I loved it from the start, so I'm kind of a guy, if I like something, I usually don't change it. So since the first day I signed with Rawlings, I've been using Pro Preferred.
What I like about my Rawlings glove is it's always felt the same. And it never falls apart. It feels good every single day I put it on my hand. And it's a mark of a pro.
Welcome back to Royals TV. There you see the upcoming schedule for the Royals, including tomorrow afternoon, 4:05 first pitch. That's a makeup game against the Maple Leafs. That'll be here at Hastings Stadium. And then the Barrie Baycats come to town on Tuesday for a 7 o'clock first pitch. You got a game on the road against Chatham next Friday, and then 2 more home games. A home-heavy schedule for the Royals upcoming. Get your tickets now, as Hastings Stadium will be packed for the next few games. That is for sure. Davey Mendez now onto the hill here for the Welland Jackfish.
Line for Ben Abram. 1 inning pitch, 5 batters faced, 2 runs, none of them, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks. And Welland not messing around, going to their big arm in Davey Mendez.
And it's a big part of the order here for the Guelph Royals. It'll be Miguel Geraldo, Victor Maskai, and J.D. Williams. Exactly where you want to put Mendez as the Jackfish trail this one by 3. Missing upstairs for ball one. By the way, in the ninth, it'll be Grayson Barrett, Brendan Luther, Gio Morello due up. Will we see Kevin Escorcia? Here comes the 1-0. That one's fouled back.
Looks like there is somebody warming in the pen, and I believe that's Glaven Pineda. Looks like a righty up there, and I think the number was 50.
Yeah, that would be Pineda. No, I don't. I believe that's Pineda.
He's worn so many different numbers this year.
It's wild. The 1-1 missing on the outside.
Or it could
Well,
be
it is Pineda if it's number 50.
41, but I'm pretty sure it's 50. My sight only fails me about 50% of the time.
Well, it'd be perfect to come here for seniors night tomorrow.
I wish I could. Unfortunately, I can't.
2 balls, 1 strike here on Miguel Geraldo. That one's sent back. Don't worry, my eyesight's not the greatest either, friend. Or, sorry, brother. Yeah, save leaders in the CBL. Skylar Janice with 8. He led the league in saves a year ago. Davey Mendez and Kevin Escorcia both tied for second with 6. It's a 2-2 count. Mendez, the offering. Paints the outside edge for a strikeout of Miguel Geraldo, and there's one away.
That looked like a breaking ball that had a little bit of late breaking action to it. Just missing. Or, excuse me, just hitting the corner there with a late break.
That'll bring up Victor Mascai.
London have officially blown open the doors out there in Toronto. Zadunik just hit a 3-run shot, and it's 11-2 now.
Not what you like to hear if you're a Welland Jackfish fan, as the result here becomes extra important as London, a full game up on Welland coming into today's game. That could increase to 2 games if both results hold. The 1-0, missing inside.
London would also, like I mentioned earlier, officially clinch the first playoff spot.
Mascai looking to reset. And Guelph, meantime, would end up in a tie with Barrie, 4.5 back, who are 4.5 back coming into today. The 2-0, missing inside again. Of course, Barrie have a doubleheader in Kitchener. And how interesting is that, too, when you think about, okay, Barrie and Kitchener are supposed to play in Barrie today. It gets called off, and the doubleheader gets shifted over to Kitchener, as that's going to be a strike here on Mascai. So all of a sudden, the Barrie Baycats have an opportunity to play an extra game in a hitter-friendly ballpark.
Barrie and Hamilton, they're both at only 34 games played. Everybody else that are in that current top 5 position have played 37. And, Hamilton, they go on a 3-game win streak. They would tie the record of Welland right now at 25-12.
That one sent a couple kilometers high. Brendan Luther gets to it behind second base. He'll make the catch.
Oh, I tell you that Victor Mascai just missed that. He just missed it. Underneath it, probably by about an inch or 2.
That's going to a deep part of the ballpark if he gets.
If he got a hold of that, I think that clears the softball fence behind center field.
But alas, there's 2 away, and here comes J.D. Williams, who's 2 for 3. Maybe the offering. J.D. puts this in play. Gideon, you can hear him from here calling off Jonah Weisner, and the catch is made by the right fielder, and we are through 8 here at Hastings Stadium in Guelph. The Welland Jackfish trail this one by 3. Can the Royals close it out? We'll see on the other side. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium. 9th inning. The Guelph Royals 4, the Welland Jackfish 1, and Glaven Pineda comes out looking for the save here for the Guelph Royals. It'll be Grayson Barrett, Brendan Luther, and Gio Morello here for the Fish, trying to stay alive in this game. That's going to miss inside for ball 1.
Andrew Case works one scoreless inning, faces 3 batters, and he gets them all to either pop out or ground out. Doesn't allow a hit, doesn't allow a run, doesn't allow a strikeout, doesn't allow a walk. Just another clean inning by Case.
I was going to get away off the end of the glove. Doesn't clip Bear. Well, the Welland Jackfish, they have had a heck of a time just trying to get guys on base. They have had 1 base runner since the end of the 4th, and that was Dustin Gideon reaching on catcher's interference. The Royals have faced the minimum in the last 4 innings. The 2-0, that's going to clip the inside edge.
If you include Gideon getting thrown out, it's been 13 straight batters sat down.
Just wild stuff. The last hit was Daike Abe with his 2-out single in that 4th inning. And that actually was the hit that allowed Brendan Luther to come around.
This bullpen, man, we talk about it being one of the best, and they put it on full display here.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Pineda gets Barrett. Barrett striking out 3 times tonight. And yes, indeed, partner, this bullpen has been el fuego. Second best bullpen in the CBL by ERA.
And a majority of these pieces, they haven't been here all season.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing you also got to take into consideration.
And also consider the fact that one of their starters will probably end up in the bullpen by the time we get around to the playoffs. The weapons that they will have at their disposal. That's a swing and a foul off by Brendan Luther. And again, if you're the Guelph Royals, you want to just try to get into that third spot in the CBL. You want to avoid that one-game playoff and avoid having to burn some of your best stuff in that one-game showdown. Luther reached on an error back in the second. And he'll send that one away. Hit a double in the fourth. And then hit one right back to the pitcher. His last time up, back in the sixth. Fans getting restless here at Hastings. And time is going to be called. Welland with a 25-12 record on the year. Guelph not too far behind. 21 wins on the season, just 4 wins shy of Welland. Pineda, the 0-2, fouled back.
Pineda really in attack mode right now, not letting Luther breathe at all in this at-bat. And if you're Brandon Luther, you just got to keep fouling off some of these tough pitches.
Fans start to clap. Trying to give Pineda some energy. The 0-2, inbound. Foul back again. Brendan Luther having a heck of an at-bat here.
Pineda's been mixing it up, but he just can't put Luther away.
Just foul ball after foul ball after foul ball, and you guessed it, after foul ball. Pineda looking to put him away. The 0-2. That one sent down the line, another foul ball. Brendan Luther making Pineda work for it.
I believe it's 5 pitches in this at-bat.
Yes, indeed it is. The fans are ready. Pineda is ready. The 0-2 put in play. Fielded by Gilbert. to first in time. And the Jackfish are down to their final outs.
Pineda wins the battle. Good job of just staying poised on the mound, not changing up your approach, and just kind of still attacking Luther. Get some soft contact there to the shortstop.
Last chance for the Fish in the hands of Gio Morello. Pineda on the year, 14th appearance, is a 1.69 ERA.
I believe he was 4th in the league in ERA. Case leading the way.
Such good stuff. 1 career save. That came back against the Maple Leafs as Gio drops down a bunt foul.
Yeah, again, just trying to get anything on base right now, or the Jackfish. Morello understanding that. It's been 14 straight batters.
Just excellent stuff. By the way, when you look at the schedule upcoming, the Jackfish off until Thursday when they host Brantford. Pineda gets set. The 0-1 inside. And Gio gets out of the way.
Just kind of looked like Pineda pulled the fastball a little bit. Wanted to pick that low inside corner and just kind of overthrew it.
The Royals fans making their voices heard. Pineda set the 1-1. Missing the inside edge. 2-1.
Again, trying to pick that corner, just couldn't find it. I like the location, though, at Pineda. You're staying in that spot. Now you just got to try to get one over here to even up the count. 2-2.
It's a tough strike zone, and Gio in that squat. The 2-1 popped up. This could do it. Anthony Gilbert calls for it, makes the catch, and the Royals win it. They continue to be hot at home. And for the first time this season, they take down the Jackfish. This time by a score of 4-1. And very quickly, just to get on the storylines here, the biggest one, the pitching, Zach, from both sides. But more importantly for the Guelph Royals, not a base runner that got on with a walk or a hit since the 4th inning. This bullpen has just been electric, and they showed it again here tonight.
Well, folks, you've got a display of what you could possibly see in the playoffs. These two teams really put on a fun one tonight. The biggest difference maker of the ball game, Ryan Dos Santos coming up and walloping a 2-run shot midway stage of this game, but it'll hold like this. Claudio Custodio will get the win. He'll get a 1-0 record. Saldana will go 2-1. He gets the loss. Glavin Pineda will get his first save, but wow, what a game. Oh, through and through. I mean, the Guelph Royals really showed why they are one of the best in this league right now, and I think this is more of a statement game for the rest of the season, finally able to beat the Welland Jackfish on their final attempt. They move up the standings again. I believe they will hop now Barry in the standings. You go forward, you build yourself some fantastic momentum for the final couple stretches of the season.
And again, the Guelph Royals now at 22-16 on the year. The Welland Jackfish dropped to 25-13 on the year. No rest for the wicked, though, for these Guelph Royals who continue to be hot at home. Their next home game will be tomorrow when the Toronto Maple Leafs come to town. It'll be a 4:05 first pitch. Until then, he's Zach Benoit. I'm Mark Perry saying so long here from Hastings Stadium in Guelph. Once again, the final score, the Guelph Royals 4, the Welland Jackfish 1.